following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Puddle, do you want to see how I eat soup? Look at me, this is how I eat soup.
Where are you even at? Oh god. That's also...
Man, that seems the most efficient way.
See,
You just gotta get in there.
It looks like you're doing something else, just so you know this.
You just gotta get in there and eat the soup.
Yeah, I know why Soldier does that. Welcome. This is PuddleJumper of Rocket Cast Productions, and I'm here with...
BurningClay.
And, oh man. Clay, this was an interesting week, wasn't it? Just a tad, right?
Yeah. If you're a fan of the Overwatch series, I would definitely say some things happened this past week that you you were looking forward to. Question mark?
Yeah, question mark. That is a question question mark. I think. Yeah. So, what happened this week was...
Well, on the 26th, the Overwatch 2 beta went live.
For who, Clay? Who did it go live for?
Well, that is probably a great video
Of itself.
down the road, because we could probably discuss the rollout probably for 30 minutes on its own. But let's just say that important people apparently were the first to get into it, and then they opened it up for us peons after a little bit of footwork.
I still got to pee on me.
But yeah, I think we'll save that for another topic, because that one you could get into some down the hole rabbit stuff.
Don't give me a chance to go scroll, huh?
Right.
So once we finally got beta keys, which Demonic did get one in email, me and you had to fucking Twitch stream that shit for 4 hours. Mine was going since like 9 a.m. that morning, and I didn't get beta access like 4 p.m. that day because of my time zone. But we just said we were going to move past that quickly and get on to the actual subject.
Yeah. We'll do that later.
After we did that, what did we do, Clay?
I mean, once we finally got the keys, we were able to jump in, and I think I played 2 or 3 rounds that first night, just kind of filling the game out, and then we finally got everybody together the next couple of days, and we played for a good bit and kind of got a good feel of the game. And
no, it was the next day. It was the next day. We only had one day together, because of the way they rolled it out.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, they rolled it out, and then the next day we got the keys, played it a little bit that night, and then the next night is when we got everybody together and we played it as a group for a few hours. Yeah,
it was. I thought it was pretty fun. Literally, I'm just gonna say we only have like a day of group play together, and I'm gonna call bullshit on a lot of YouTubers that I've watched who were telling me how this game was gonna play so much differently from Overwatch 1 already. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right now.
Well, it depends. Like, so a lot of people are saying that it's a faster paced game. It's a more open game.
Very much.
And with that, I would actually agree.
I agree with that.
Especially with the elimination of really shields. You don't. It's more rare to find somebody playing a shield character in the game at this point, which I understand. You've got a lot of new characters with a lot of new abilities, so it's not necessarily going to be how the game is played once it's live, and a lot of people get in and are, they stop wanting to play Orisa and Doomfist and stuff like that. But with the shields gone, it is a lot quicker pace. It is a lot more open with the way that people want to play it.
Mhm.
but I noticed that you do better when you kind of stick with that same uh, Overwatch mentality of like staying grouped up, nobody going off on their own. Like it's just it's if you want to play and win, which I mean it's the beta, so are you really terribly worried about that?
I am.
You still play it as if it's Overwatch 1, but it has the potential to definitely be a more open, fast-paced version of Overwatch. It does have a slightly different feel, but then at the same time, it's the same. It's Demonic said it the best. I thought it's the same but different.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. It does have that more open, more fast paced feel. But like I saw several videos where if you listen to them, it sounded like, oh man, we're just people just going off on their own doing shit. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. And then when we actually played it, no, that if you play like that, it's just like Overwatch 1. You're gonna get your ass ganked up on
Well,
if the other team is playing correctly.
I felt like when we actually had our group together, that's, over half the team at that point. So it's a little easier to kind of control. I will say when I played alone, you did have that every man for himself mentality a lot more, to where people were going off and kind of doing solo adventures.
Okay, so
So
it may just be that I need to play a little more solo play to actually get
yeah,
the
yeah, I
feeling.
think if you played solo a little more, you would probably get that experience that they're talking about. Because I would say when I played solo, it was definitely a more Wild Wild West feel.
Wow, wow, West. I'm sorry, little Will Smith popped in my head. Don't slap me, bro. Don't slap me.
Keep my beta out your mouth.
No, I am PuddleJumper. Sorry, I realized I done a semi Batman sound, so I had to.
Oh, that's what that was supposed to be.
Yeah, it's called ass Batman. It's not good Batman. It's just ass.
Well, Puddle, why don't we get into some of the things that you liked and you disliked so far through your limited play of the beta?
I've got a like and dislike right off the bat that I want to go over. Now that you mention it,
Okay,
the first thing that
go
comes to
for
my
it.
mind: the scoreboard. I love it and I hate it.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
I love 99% of it, but I see me personally. You know, I don't know quite. I kind of think you're a little bit the same way, but like me, like when, especially when I'm healing, I like to make sure that I'm doing a good job healing, keeping everybody going. But I'll constantly be checking the numbers when I get a chance to see where I'm at, make sure I'm doing a good job overall, keeping everybody alive. Just a number game to see, make sure that I'm actually doing my job. But I also like to see where everybody else is at so I can see where we need to adjust stuff. I like being able to see what my team stats are, what the enemy team stats are. The only thing I do not like in this participation trophy bullshit thing that they took the medals away. I understand partially why they did it was because some people think it's all about medals. But I would like to see where, like, at bare minimum, we have 5v5. Can we color code the numbers based on, like, doing good, going up and down, good to bad? Like, whoever's got number one could be like a gold color number. Whoever's got number two could be like a purple number or some shit, different colors, and then get after the third one, just be white numbers. You know what I'm saying? That way you have a quick reference when you look at the scoreboard to go, okay, how am I doing? That's more of a personal thing. I know it will lead to the same arguments and shit from Overwatch 1, but look, I think the medal system does have its merits for allowing us quick access to information to see where we're at as a team, as well as to see individually where we need to improve at. If I have to sit there in the middle of a combat and say, okay, well, here's my numbers. I can see quickly if my numbers are, where I think they should be. That's good. But if I look over here and see somebody else and they're just way out healing me, I need to see, okay, am I doing something a little bit wrong that I could do better in to keep my team alive? Or what? What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I definitely like the scoreboard.
I do too.
I think it's a good thing now where you can actually have that validation of feeling like you were saying, either I'm pulling more than my weight in, my support or my fellow DPS isn't really doing their fair share.
Mm-hmm.
You can easily identify who's not pulling their weight. And with that, like, I don't know. I didn't even think about there not being medals until you just said it, and I was thinking about. I was like, oh yeah, no, they don't, do they?
No,
and then on that, it's like it is just a beta. I know a lot of people complain about like the look of the HUD and stuff like that. Like, I don't think that's going to be your final version. Even when you go to the menu, there's a lot of things that aren't there that will be there in the final version. So, it'll be interesting to see if they have done away altogether with the medals. If they did, honestly, I kind of differ in my opinion on the medal part than you, because honestly, I don't think it's a big deal.
It's not a real big deal. When you highlight a color, like a number color, it makes it easier to see. Therefore, you can quickly see what the numbers are more quickly, so you can see where you're at stat-wise. That's what I'm more trying to get at. I don't care about that, because, you still are going to have people going, oh, wait, I had 15 eliminations and you had 14. Noob. You're still going to have that shit. It doesn't matter if you take the medals away or not.
Well, but my thought was the medals just kind of highlighted the people that really performed well.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the scoreboard, you can throw the scoreboard up after the game is over, and then you can easily see where everybody's stacked up.
I would love to see that. I guess my thinking is I don't want to see the medals come back. I'm going to say that. Right now, I want to see this current scoreboard. I actually love it. What I do want to see is, like, when you play Diablo or other MMOs or stuff, you got those colors like legendary, common, rare, all those different colors for different item levels. Can we get those color codes in on at least the top 3 of each value of color, of each value of like eliminations, heals, damage, all that stuff, just for quick reference guide? I'm not talking about like medal system bullshit. I'm talking about so that when I hit tab, I don't have to take 5 seconds to quickly look around and see where everything's at. I can quickly, instantly hit tab, see where it's at, just like in the old version when I quickly glance and see my stats. Okay, I'm here. And this is here, this is there. With all that extra information, it's a lot to take in a very small amount of time. Having highlighted colors on the top 3, at least, I think would be a huge advantage to quickly letting your eyes see the information you want to see and get off the screen and back to playing the game. That's my thought.
This is my thing. You're talking about it taking a few seconds to. Are you tabbing in the middle of the game, like in the middle of the action? Because I never tab until I die.
I've always tab some. It's not all the time.
Well, so maybe that's why it's taking you so long to do. Maybe if you just wait until you're not actually in the middle of a fight to tab, it's not a big deal for you to take a couple seconds to. Because it's not like you're going through a ton of information.
And I know it's not, but like if I'm quickly, and it's not that I'm necessarily going to be looking in the middle of a big fight at the heels. I usually wait till a downtime, but I do a lot of tab even during combat sometimes. Not a huge combat, but I'll do it just to see like okay, where is the ultimate counter? You get what I'm saying? On everybody. That stuff like that. I usually do the main stuff other times, but I still think having a quicker way to quickly gather the information, and it may improve as I get used to the scoreboard. I'll quickly, get used to it and quickly gather the information a lot more quickly. But I just feel like having just basic highlights, which I think this is getting into minutia. We can make a whole video on this at this point. But I just think a few highlights is my only dislike. I would like to see some highlights or the option to put highlights up there just for quick information. I'm not trying to go snobbish. That's not what I'm looking for. Just want information when I'm playing the game. What are your likes and dislikes, Clay? Let's find another, because I think we can really get into make a whole video on this. I did not expect the scoreboard to be a whole damn video.
I like a lot about it. I do like the feel. I do think that 5v5 will work.
I'm actually, I was more of a, I thought that anything they needed to do was 7v7, but I'll concede 5v5 works pretty good, but I'm still going to miss that double tank play.
I'm already missing, like, the shields. Like, but I'm trying to get it in my head, like, okay, it's the beta. What are you going to do when a beta is out? What do you do when a new character is out? Everybody wants to play the new character. So it's natural, in my opinion, for people to want to play Orisa and Doom because everybody wants to see how Doom works as a tank. Everybody wants to see how Orisa works with her new kit. And I think once it goes live and the newness wears off, I mentioned it earlier, I do think we will see a lot more, Sig and Rhine and Monkey, and we'll get those bubbles and the shields back more often. And then at that point, because I do feel like the times that we had the best games when we had somebody on tank that ran as a shield tank. So hopefully that will be something that that we see a lot more in Overwatch 2 once it's live. Honestly, as far as just the game itself, I do think it's going to make support's lives harder.
They've got to do some tweaking.
It's definitely clear that the support role itself has been kind of put on the back burner. I don't think a single support had any changes to the kit, so it's just the exact same character doing the exact same effects, and there's nothing new. Like, obviously, we got an additional tank with Doom.
They heal themselves after 10 seconds.
What was it? Ryan got his double fire strike. You can cancel his charge. Monkey got a change to his alt fire. Orisa and Doom, obviously, their kits completely changed. I mean, so you had a bunch of changes to the tanks, and then obviously with the DPS, you had a whole new DPS added to the game, and then they reworked, They reworked Sombra.
Oh, Sombra's awesome, dude.
So, I mean, it would be nice for them to show a little love to the supports, and with the game being as open as it is, when you're not in a group, it does make being a support a lot harder. I noticed in the games that I played support solo that you don't get the support in that peel back that you would get when you had like the double tanks, and it always felt like you were around the tanks and the tanks could kind of help you out. Here now, as even the tanks are kind of played more DPS style more than they are a tank. They're just
They're brawlers. They're brawlers.
Yeah. But other than that, the only thing that I would really say that I disliked would be the new little thing that they're doing when you get hit by an enemy, where it's supposed to be, it shows you where you're getting hit from. So like if it's head on, like the whole border of your screen kind of has like the little blood spatter effect pop up, or if it's from your left, it's on the left side of the screen.
I haven't noticed that.
Honestly, I think it's a little much. I kind of like the old Overwatch where it was just kind of like a slight arrow showing you
Yeah.
in the middle of the screen. This one, as soon as that pops up, I automatically go into freak out mode, because any other game that I've played, that doesn't start to show up until you're about to die.
Yeah, I know, right?
And especially when you get hit head on and the whole border goes like that, like I'm automatically like in retreat mode trying to back up, and I look down and I've only lost like 20 HP, and I'm like, what is going on here? Why? It's way too drastic, and that seems like a small thing, and I'm probably in the minority, and I'm the only one that probably bothers.
I won't lie. Go on.
It bothers me to no end.
I won't lie. I didn't even notice that. I won't lie. But you did bring up something that I wanted to mention when you were talking about the tanks. I've seen several videos before we got beta access where people were like, "This is the S tier tank, and this is the A tier tank, and this tank is just ass." And like, a lot of it was based on what they were seeing being played in the beta. But the thing was, like you said, everybody's playing Orisa, Doomfist, and even some Monkey because of his changes. But like when I played Ryan, dude, Ryan was I was beating the fucking hell out of those motherfuckers. Reinhardt is, you're able to brawl more now with him. Those tiers, people are just like, okay, well, I see this being played, so it must be good. They're doing pretty decent on it, but most people are playing those roles, so they're not seeing a lot of the others. The rankings people are putting on some of these heroes right now, I think, are just completely wrong and ass. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, I would definitely hold off on any sort of tiers until the game is live and you see the final output, because even between the beta and when the game goes live, you're definitely going to see some changes as far as damage output, and probably even a few changes to like cooldowns and stuff like that. So the way that the character plays now, I would be highly surprised if that's how they play when the game goes live for the first time. And like we've mentioned already, like at some point the newness is going to wear off of Doom and Orisa, and everybody's going to start playing multiple characters again, and you're going to get a little bit better variety. And then at that point, I think people are going to start to see kind of what we were seeing, where the game plays better when you're kind of more grouped up, everybody stays together, and as a team you're then able to jump. Because what was the one map we played? It was the one push map. You were actually on Rhine.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, but I have no idea what the name was.
Yeah, I just remember it was push, and that's what we were doing as a team, because we had one person in each role at that point. We were staying grouped up a lot more, and the other team were coming in, 1-2 at a time, and we would just jump them. Then we had the man advantage, and then the rest of the team would finally show up, and we would jump them, and we just kept pushing and won the game. So, yeah, I'm not in the mindset of ranking anything at this moment. I'm just looking at dislikes, likes, what I think they could probably do better, and
I think
I'll save my final judgment for when the game's actually live.
I think if we're gonna do any rankings, I think if you're gonna even try and do any rankings during beta, you need to wait your ass until the end of this round of beta. I understand there's going to be different rounds of beta, is what I'm understanding. And I think you could possibly do one at the end, but doing it right now, I think it's just
It's a little premature.
yes, most definitely. There is one thing curious to see that has to do with this, and that is Overwatch League is going to be playing on this. So my question is, how watching them and seeing how they play to get a little bit better idea as well. In
Yeah,
fact,
I definitely could see that because a lot of times, well, I don't know about a lot of times. I mean, obviously, I'm not some high level player. I'm a lot more casual. I stick around, you know, mid gold, high silver when I play comp, and I don't see it as much as you do when you watch the YouTubers who are or the Twitch streamers that are platinum and diamond and all those high levels
mm-hmm.
where they play a lot more close to what the Overwatch League style of play is when they play comp. But it will be interesting to kind of see what strategy that the Overwatch teams go with, whether they kind of play that same open style that you see that's kind of prevalent right now in the beta, or if they stick with the more compact style that, and the limited playtime that we've had, seems to be a better way of playing as far as team play goes.
Yeah. Speaking of Overwatch League, that is coming up next week. And in fact, I just pulled up the schedule, and for me and you, during our normal game time, Thursday is actually when some of the games start, like 2 p.m. Central here.
Oh, really? It's already time for
it's going
Overwatch League.
Is going to be who was that? New York versus Gladiators. Will be
Well,
going.
Raj,
I'm thinking if we can fit it in, I'd like to do some reaction.
You want to do a watch party?
Yeah, kind of like a watch party, but I'm instead of us like showing what's going on necessarily, because I'm not trying to snipe their stream. I'd like for us to just like watch it and give our reactions and shit to the game. I'm not sure if I can. I feel like we'll probably rather play Thursday, but Fridays are a little hit and miss, especially for me. I've got family around and everything. But I think I could probably try and find some time Friday, if nothing else. Maybe sit down. I do want to have a kid myself, and I'd like to get him to watch the game with me. So whether me and you watch like the Houston Dallas game together and I watch it with him, or we do it solo, I intend to watch it with him. Is what I'm trying to say. But if you want to do like a watch party at some of these games, and us, give our thoughts and kind of us at the same time get an idea of, maybe things we haven't seen yet in the beta, things we haven't thought about, that we see, like new strategies and shit. Like, I'm going to bring up this video I saw late last night, which I didn't even think of or even realize, but somebody was playing Symmetra and discovered that they changed the hitbox on the turret to make it bigger and easier to hit. But in the process, they gave Symmetra a whole new shield. Like, she can block all kind of shit. She can block a Sigma Rock with her turrets. That opens up a whole new strategy. Roadhog hooks can be blocked with Sim turrets. There was one where, like, they done the shield when the Echo was trying to do her, her little right click where it shoots those sticky bombs. And she timed it perfectly where the shield hit it and caused the Echo to take the sticky bombs. Killed the Echo instantly. So I'm like, what other shit have we not seen that we might pick up and find. Is what I'm.
Yeah, because I will say the Overwatch League teams have had a lot more access to this because they've known for a while that this was the version that they were going to play this season on.
Exactly.
So I'm sure if there's any little weird idiosyncrasies out there that they are quite aware and ready to use them.
And that's another thing on predicting beta is you know how Overwatch League likes to change, like they'll go for this long, do a mini tournament, and then they'll change versions in the past. I feel like when they change versions, that's when we're going to get our new versions of betas. I'm making that prediction now.
I'm making the prediction that before the Overwatch League season is over, we will also have Overwatch 2 live.
I will at least say we'll have an announcement. I think it's far enough along that I foresee it being launched this holiday season as PvP only and PvE coming later.
I think we're going to get the full version of the game before this year's over.
I agree with that. I think what they're doing, I'm just going to say it like this. Financially, they need it. Battle Pass is pretty much confirmed in Overwatch 2 from data mining and from leaks. And the way I see Battle Pass, like I played Fortnite a little bit with Demonic. And like, I was like, okay, so how does this Battle Pass shit work? Do I have to spend the money to get it? It's like, well, you get this here for free. It's like 2 or 3 things. But if you buy the $10 Battle Pass, you can play and unlock all this shit. It's like, okay, so that's what they're going to do. We're going to start paying $10 to unlock the new skins and shit every few months. That's what's coming. And I understand that the game's been out for 5 years. Unless somebody buys the game new, pretty much nobody's buying loot boxes at this point. You know what I'm saying? So they're probably looking at trying to find ways of getting new monetizations. Not only just keep the servers going, but because they want money as well. So releasing Overwatch 2 probably we're supposed to still get it for free if we own Overwatch 1. I feel like at a certain point they're going to just switch it over, and it's going to be a $60 price for Overwatch 2, which is basically just Overwatch 1 again, but with the new updates. What are your thoughts, man? Or did I go a little too crazy there?
Oh, I mean, that's a prediction. I can't fault anybody for making a prediction, my guy.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to be a $60 game again, but it's just going to be the update. I mean, the Overwatch 2 beta is just an update. A lot of people have said it, but I mean, that's okay. It's a good update. But I'm curious to see how the PvE component is going to work. I'd feel better, I won't lie, if they would sell Overwatch 2 beta for $40 and the PvE for $40. Otherwise, I feel like we're going to end up paying $60 twice for the PvP and the PvE, and that's just fucking ridiculous. I'm just predicting where they're going to be charging stuff from. They're going to want their money back.
Well, naturally.
But I mean, the game was originally supposed to be one game. So I mean, how's it going to roll out and how they're going to charge for it? That's my curious. I'm beginning to see why Jeff Kaplan left. I'll just say that. A lot of shit come down not just on Overwatch, but Blizzard in general. Anything else we want to talk about with the beta? By the way, this is becoming but that's okay. This is a collaboration video where we discuss this shit.
Let's wrap up this video right quick.
Wrap it up. Let me go get the Christmas paper, and I'll put a like, subscribe, and follow us at Rocket Cats, BurningClay on YouTube and Twitch, and it's PuddleJumper on YouTube and Twitch. And oh yeah, we also got a little bit of presence on Rumble at Rocket Cats. Wait, no, maybe it says PuddleJumper. It's one or the other. Just look it up. And we also on TikTok. You can follow BurningClay at burning_clay at TikTok. And me at It's PuddleJumper. So yeah, come check us out. Follow us. We're gonna keep putting this content out. If you enjoy it, watch it. If not, tell us what we're not doing that you would like to see, and we will consider doing it. It's not a guarantee, but we'll consider it.
Yes.
And if anybody wants to hit a super chat, we'll at any point during stream, if we will do our best to catch it. And if we do not catch it, we will address it. At some point, we will shout your ass out and make it very well known. I don't even know how that shit works. Maybe, yeah. When we start getting, if y'all start saying shit in there that we can't say in stream, we'll be like, hey, thanks for the super chat. I can't say what you just said, but yeah, cool. Oh,
Naughty.
Except for what you just said. All right, so catch y'all later.
Deuces.